Day 5, Horseshoe Lake to Wright's Lake, 13.24 kilometers, 8 hours. In the morning light, Horseshoe Lake was a place of diffused beauty. As if through a window you could see another lake behind our lake. The sun softly pushed its way through the forest pine-needled branches, landing on our faces with warmth and joy. And there were mushrooms. There were always more mushrooms. It took us an hour to reach the famous viewing point, which was double the time we took to reach it from the western side. That's because the peak is 4 kilometers away from Horseshoe Lake, but only 1 kilometer away from Florence. We quickly cascaded down the west side of the mountain through the sunshine-dappled forest. Enjoyed the reflected ripples of light along Florence Lake. Over the river and past the waterfall. This time we got a really good look at Alexandra Lake. It's clear and deep with long, narrow sight lines. Definitely somewhere we'd like to stay if we ever get to hike the trail again. We noticed that while we were hiking east, the leaves had changed color, and on our way back, it looked a lot more like autumn. These forested lowlands were such a lovely reprieve from all the climbing we'd done over the last few days. We came across a garter snake, one of the few hints of fauna along the trail other than the red squirrels that were constantly telling us off, and a single salamander who didn't have much at all to say. Atop one of the peaks, Michael found a very old sign cemented to a smooth rock. It had Psalm 93:4 printed on it, and would be a cool treasure for anyone doing the trail to scavenge for. The Lord on high is mightier than the noise of many waters, yea, than the mighty waves of the sea. Unlike the fauna, the diversity of flora in this area was very obviously rich. Stands of birch, maples, oaks, pines, junipers, and hemlocks all had kaleidoscopic floors of mosses, lichens, ferns, sedges, cotton grass, berry bushes, and mushrooms. We knew that the animals were there. They just weren't used to humans, so they didn't allow themselves to be spotted. We did, however, hear and see signs of creatures like wolves, deer, moose, and bear, much to their chagrin, I assume. We stopped at Wright's Lake for the night and dried out our wet equipment. The water there was exquisitely clear, and along the shore the rocks were all felted with what seemed like the remains of drowned seeds. We had our first fire of the trip here. The weather finally warranted it.
Sort of tool using